What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Hustle and Heart Podcast. Today I got Courtney with me, aka Tucky. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited to get this conversation started.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So today we're gonna be talking about a few different things, but mainly, what needs to be done, and also, what the process is from going from a 9 to 5 to being a full-time entrepreneur. A lot of people really want to know, what's going on in the world when it comes to that aspect of it. A lot of people wants to quit their jobs and be full-time entrepreneurs because they don't want to work for nobody, which is okay. But we're going to talk about, the right ways to do it, my process, her process, and then just go from there. So when it comes to your words and how you would explain to somebody, what is the right process from going from a 9 to 5 to becoming a full-time entrepreneur?
There is no process.
I love it.
Like, there literally is no process. I always say, like, you're never going to be ready for what you have to do, per se.
Yes.
You literally just have to do it, and then that's when you're going to be ready.
Okay. I like that.
I know everybody be like, oh, Nike, just do it. But, like, for real, they have the best slogan.
They do. They do.
Because you, for real, have to just do it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you never will. You're going to be like, oh, I'm not ready. But trust the process. Yeah. Whatever your process is, trust the process. Plan it out. And just do it. Like, it's never going to be 100%.
Yeah. And also, I feel like a lot of people, just like you said, just do it. A lot of people get to that point where they wanted to start the business. Yeah. And then a year later, they like, I should have just did it.
And they regret it.
They regret it. And it sucks, but at the end of the day, like, I feel like there could be, some hesitation because they're scared.
Yeah.
Because entrepreneurship, like, it's tough. And it can be to where, you got a paycheck one day, and then a few days later, you ain't got no money coming in. And it's like, all right. So now do I either go back to my 9 to 5 or do I stay, and keep on the grind? A lot of people, they choose to go back to 9 to 5, which is nothing wrong with it. And they feel more secure and more comfortable.
Facts.
Now, I've always learned that, being the person I am, I never really want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Because being comfortable is like you settling almost. And it's like, all right, the bills is paid. I'm good. Life is good. But having that mindset of a go-getter.
Yeah, like, what if I go get it?
Yeah. And now it's like you living, a better life.
Yeah. I always, I don't always, but my friend always says, life begins where your comfort zone ends. Shout out to Jeff Jenkins.
Oh, I like that.
But that's like, once he started saying that, he has a show as well on National Geographic. He has a show, and that's literally what it's about, is stepping out of your comfort zone and, like, really beginning to live your life. Because, I mean, like you said, entrepreneurship ain't for everybody.
It's not.
Like, please, if it's not for you, stay in your lane. Know what you're doing, because we still need our 9 to 5ers. Like, we need y'all. But if it is for you, like, you really do have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to, like, get into that mindset of, like, you're never gonna realistically reach a top. Like, there's always more. Like, you always got to go get something, like, because you never know. Like you said, here today, gone tomorrow.
It happens, and it happens to a lot of us. It actually happened to me multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
So, to tell you a little bit about my story, I went full time twice when it comes to being an entrepreneur, and I'm like, you know what? This was probably maybe 2018. I was working for a job, and I'm like, you know what? They telling me I gotta be here at 6 a.m. They telling me I gotta leave at 2. Like, you gotta do this, and those 8 hours, you only get 2 breaks. Like, and I'm like, it's secure money, right? And it's good money, and my life is good, but I just don't really take somebody telling me what to do well. And it's okay, some people, like that. They like that type of structure. But I was like, you know what? What happened if I put my time that I'm putting into this company into my own business?
For real.
So I said, okay. I took I took a limp and I went out and I did it and I was like, you know what? Okay, cool. But my downfall was I didn't know how to manage money when it came to being an entrepreneur. I knew how to manage money when it comes to my 9 to 5 because it's coming consistently. So I
Right.
save this here, save that here. You know, I know this check is coming. I know that check is coming. You know, bills is paid. Good to go. And once I went full time, I was like, you know what? This is nice. I'm making really good
Hey,
money.
them first
Yeah,
couple months, you
yeah, it's
like,
like good.
okay.
Yeah, I like this. Next thing you know, it was like, you know what? Holiday season came up, December passed, and January and February come, no bookings.
Yep.
None. I'm like,
Yep.
all right, so everybody must have spent their money on Christmas. Ain't nobody got no money to be, you know, spending money on photos no more. And like a lot of bad stuff started to happen
Yeah.
to me. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna get a job. I gotta get a job because now I feel like I'm behind. I'm doing this, I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
that. Things are not going well. So I got another job. And I was in that job for about 2 years. And from there it was like, okay, what do I need to do differently to make myself a better entrepreneur? Wrote a business plan.
There you go.
I asked myself why. You know, why do I want to leave this job? Why do I want to be an entrepreneur? I saved like 6 months of expenses just in case the money wasn't coming in. From there, I was like, all right, cool. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. And then from as soon as my 2 weeks came, I'm like, all right, cool. I got my first client lined up. I got my second client lined up. It started rolling in, rolling in. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm good. But from there, like that experience of failing first really took me to a new
Yeah.
level once I did it again.
You
So
have to fail. You have to fail. I
you gotta
think
fail.
I know I'm a quote girly, whatever. But there's like a quote too that's something about like if you're not failing, like you're not really succeeding or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't know. But you have to fail
you gotta fail.
and you will fail. I think people are scared of failure, but like you shouldn't be because it comes
Nah.
with the territory. I mean, 9 to 5 or entrepreneurship, you're gonna fail at something, whether that be a project that you're working on in your 9 to 5
Mm-hmm.
or a project you're working on as an entrepreneur. Like there's so many businesses that if Oprah didn't succeed right away, like Denzel didn't succeed right away, like
Exactly.
all of these people that we see now and we think it's an overnight
Mm-hmm.
success, like it's not.
It's not at all.
Like they probably had to go through the same thing you did. And I went
Mm-hmm.
through similar stuff too, like 9 to 5 entrepreneurship, 9 to 5
Uh-huh.
entrepreneurship, like
Uh-huh.
and I still like I mean I'm 3 years into full-time entrepreneurship,
Love it.
but you know, you still have those days where you're like, should I go? Should I go back?
Yeah.
Should I go back to
Yeah.
the 9 to 5? But like, I will never go back. I can't. But
Me either.
like I
It's
cannot go
over.
back. Yeah. But I still have those days, and I still think about it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I went full time, I had no plan, zero. I put in my 2 weeks at my job. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I don't
Like,
blame
I do not want to do
you.
this, and I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And I quit. And I didn't have a plan. And I'm so grateful for my support system.
Yeah.
I had an amazing support system. I was still actually living at home with my mom when I quit, so that was a big help.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally just took a leap of faith and I was like, I'm gonna figure it out. My mom
Mm-hmm.
was like, girl, you're crazy. But I was like, I know, but like, you have to be a little delusional to be an entrepreneur
You
and
do.
to succeed. You literally have to be a little bit of crazy.
No, you do. You do. Yep. 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 Because now you just taking that leap and you really don't know if it's going to stick. You don't know if you investing into the right stuff. You don't know if you're going to make the money back.
Yeah.
That's a lot of things that is like sometimes is in the unknown.
Yeah.
But what are some obstacles that like really, you know, held you back when you are in this entrepreneur phase, and how did you overcome them?
That's a good question because I don't I don't know how this sounds, but I don't ever really consider things like obstacles per
Mm-hmm.
se. Like maybe like a little speed bump, but like
Okay.
not really obstacle because like my mindset has always been like I'm a go get it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do what I have to do
Mm-hmm.
to make it work.
Okay. I love it.
Like if it's not working, I'm gonna find my way around it. If that's not working right now, I'm gonna make something else work. Like I've had moments in my entrepreneurship journey where I've had to go DoorDash. I've had to go Uber. Like
Yeah.
I've done that and I'm humble. baby, listen.
I love it. I love it. I
I
love
am
it.
humble,
Yeah.
like, but I will also do what it takes
Hmm.
to like make sure I'm good, to make
Yeah.
sure like family's good, et cetera, et cetera. So it's never really like a obstacle. It's just like if it's not working, like maybe I just need to regroup and think of something else to do, or switch lanes and
Yeah.
go figure out something else. And I've had those moments. I mean, like I said, I'm not beneath anything. I mean, I'm beneath a couple things. I'm not about to go hop on a pole,
Oh, okay, okay,
but
okay.
I will go DoorDash or
Yeah,
something.
I
Like,
love it. I
I'm
love it.
grateful now that like I don't have to do that anymore. But
Yeah.
like I've had those moments to where I have, and yeah, I don't know. It's just my mindset. Like I've always been like, I gotta get it. I gotta get it. I
Like,
gotta get it. I
yeah,
gotta get it.
yeah.
Like, and that's why I think when I left my 9 to 5 too, like it was like there's a cap with a 9 to 5. Like
Yes.
that's the amount that you're going to make yearly. I
Yes.
mean, unless you're getting raises and bonuses and
Right.
everything.
Right.
But like that's kind of slim, especially like I was entry level most of the time. I was at 9 to 5, so I
Yeah.
wasn't making that much money. So knowing that like there was a cap, like you can't put a cap on me. Like I'm even to this day, I'm like I don't niche down into anything because I
Yeah.
can do 50 million things
I love
and I
it.
can do them well.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm gonna make it work. That's all I gotta
Listen,
say.
making it work and having that go getter mindset is so important.
Yeah.
Like, and majority of the time, like you said, it's not for everybody,
Yeah,
and it's not for everybody, and which is okay. Like there's nothing wrong with staying in your lane, but being an entrepreneur, it comes with all of those things that 9 to 5 was doing for you.
Oh, for
So marketing, you got to go out and you got to market. You got to make sure people know you.
Yep.
You know your finances. You got to manage your finances because you don't know when the check is coming. Other than if you have maybe some type of contract or whatever it is. Dealing with customers. So if you got angry clients that was angry with you. You got to have great customer service, and that was
Yes.
something that I had to learn. Because starting off, like I've and nobody in my family was an entrepreneur.
Yeah, same.
So it was like, you know what? You don't really have no guidance. This is like trial and error.
It literally is. It's
It
so
is.
crazy.
So I'm just like, you know what? All right, I'm getting feedback from this client, feedback from that client. They're mad, they're happy, they like this, they don't like that. And I'm just like, all right, cool. Which way do I go?
Yeah.
So now it's like, you know what? I've found a middle ground. But still, also, there's one thing that I do struggle with is having time for me.
Mm.
So, what do you do to make time for yourself, being in the entrepreneur role? Because obviously, entrepreneur is not an 8-hour job. I
Yeah.
feel like it's always you working 10, 12, 13, 14 hours sometimes
It's
because
a
you trying to be
24/7 job.
24/7 because you're always on the grind. So,
Yeah.
what are some things that you do to kind of keep you sane when it comes to making time for you?
I love watching movies
Okay.
on Netflix, Hulu, whatever, streaming them. I love watching movies. I'll sit there. I have a dog, so
Okay.
me and my dog be kicking it. I've recently got into like run clubs and stuff, so I love to
Nice.
go run and just like talk to people, build community with those people. But I will say, like, it is a struggle
Mm-hmm.
finding time for yourself because in some instances, I'm like, when I'm not working, I have like this guilty like feeling that
Like
I'm
you need
like,
to be
oh my
doing
God, like I
something.
have to be
Yeah.
doing something. Like I'm
Yeah.
sitting here watching this movie, like, let me just whip my laptop
Yeah,
out real quick. But
uh-huh.
not realizing that like I'm damaging my mental further because I do need a break. But I do have that guilty conscience sometimes. But yeah, movies, working out, run clubs, spending time with my dog. I be doing my nails. I be doing my nails.
I love it. I love it, which is cool. That's good, though. That's good.
That's so random, but I literally find so much like relaxing time in doing
Yeah.
my nails.
Yeah.
And then just spending time with friends and family. Honestly, that's so important to me. Like the people I surround myself with, like really helps my mental, like so much. And they're like, shout out to my group of friends, like for real,
Yeah.
because I have some solid people that
I love
I'm
it.
surrounded by, and
I
I
love
really
it.
do love them. I love my community. I love my group. And they probably don't even know like how much they help me like
Yeah.
mentally, but they really do. So those are probably the few things that
I love
helps.
it. I love it. And being another topic that I feel like is very, very important is not necessarily being an entrepreneur, but being a woman entrepreneur. Um, Now, what do you feel like, you know, there are things that could be better as, you know, when you go to these different places or you go to these clients or whatever it is, like, do you feel like there are like things that hold you back because you are a woman? Do you feel like there are things that's like, this customer is talking to me or talking down to me because they're, you are a woman? Is there anything that you can think of that's like, blocking your path because of it?
I think when I first started,
Mm-hmm.
that was more so an issue.
Okay.
As it related to like the industry that I'm in, like marketing. I mean, I dabbled in photography, I dabbled in videography, and it's heavily male men focused. Like, there's
Mm-hmm.
not a lot of women that do that. And it wasn't like, it wasn't hard to get clients per se. It was
Mm-hmm.
hard finding people to talk to about the industry that like could help me or that we can
Yeah.
like bounce off of and things like that. I didn't really have guidance in that sense
Yeah.
because I mean, like we said, first entrepreneurs of our family. So like I was looking for people like that are doing the same things as me that also look like me, and it's
Yeah.
very far and few. So I think that was hard at the beginning, but now as I've grown and I've had great mentors that like aren't necessarily in my space, but
Mm-hmm.
still like Black women
Yeah.
mentors that have
Yeah.
are better than me, that are places that
Right.
I want to go
Yeah.
to, and them being able to guide me now, like when I'm in the field or when I'm approaching a new client, like
Mm.
I don't really struggle with that anymore because I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I know how to go about it, and I
Right.
also know like the work that I've done,
Yeah.
so it kind of like speaks for itself. Like if you don't want to work with me, that's fine. Like somebody else will. Like I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't care. Like
I
you're gonna
love
hear
it.
no 50 million times. I really don't care. I've gotten over that as well. Like no in the beginning is a little rough
Yeah. No, for
because
sure.
you're like, dang,
For
like I
sure.
really needed that or I really
Yeah.
wanted that.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, you just roll with the punches and you just go for it. So I don't, now being a woman in this industry is not as hard because I've built it up. But at the beginning, it was more difficult because I didn't have anybody that I could go to.
That's tough. That's
Yeah.
tough. That's tough. But at the end of the day, it's okay though because obviously you pushed through.
Yeah.
You made it work, and that's what a lot of people don't really understand. Is like sometimes it's mentally hard. Like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it can be physically hard because you got to get up when you don't want to get up. You got to go run when you don't want to run. You still trying to stay healthy.
The couch be
The
feeling
the
good.
cows be feeling good. Like it's so many things when it comes to just being an entrepreneur that just be like, I think I'm going back to my 9 to 5. That's a mindset that
Yeah.
a lot of people have. But at me, at the end of the day, like if you continue to push, because I know that a lot of people say like it takes like almost like 4 to 5 years to really
Yeah.
like solidify and really get everything going like you really wanted to, go. But I mean, I think you're always doing good. Every time I'm scrolling through Instagram, I'm seeing your name pop up. I'm like, okay, she's somewhere else, which is nice, which is
Listen,
good.
thank
You
you.
you you
I
I,
try.
yeah, you be everywhere. You be everywhere. Now you are in the marketing field, correct?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to owning a business, right? What are some tips and tricks that you could give people out there that's starting their business when it comes to the marketing field? Because I know it used to be, TV commercials. It used to be newspapers and flyers, and now I feel like it's like almost like all social media.
Yeah.
So what's
It's
some things you can
crazy.
say that will help entrepreneurs out?
Um, Literally study your craft
Okay.
and know that is not going to happen overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you actually have to go out and like do things. Like, you have to go out
Mm.
and record things. You have to go
Yeah.
out and try. You have to go out and talk to people. Um, no, no shade. But Gen Z is like, and I've worked with like a lot of Gen Zers, and
Mm-hmm.
they're like, it's just a little different from, I guess, millennials or whatever. But
Yeah.
because in a sense, they're like, it should be like handed to them sometimes. Not everybody. Listen, no shade, y'all. I love my Gen Z people. Y'all keep me hip, okay? Y'all keep me hip. But they like sometimes people feel like it should be handed to them, but it's like no, when you're starting your business and like you really want to do something, like you have to go out and like actually do it. It takes actually taking your camera, taking your phone, whatever the case may be, going to do it. It takes sitting in front of a YouTube video, watching, learning. Like you have to do those things. You have to find time for it. You can't make the excuses. You just have to do it. Secondly, I would say find a mentor. Man, I went so long. I went so long without like having a mentor, and it goes to like kind of what I was saying with no women being in that industry, but I went so long without having a mentor, and I've got like some boss mentors now. I mean, like doing the thing. And I look up to them so much, and it's so helpful when you can have somebody to talk to, bounce ideas off of, and really just like get your brain flowing and get you when you don't feel motivated to do things, like getting you to go out there and do it. And then lastly, I guess I would just say, like we said already, but like keep going. Like it's not an overnight thing. It's going to suck a lot of times.
It is.
It's going to suck, and you might cry. You might feel defeated.
Yeah.
You're gonna have plenty of nights where you're like, "F this, I don't want to do it. Like I'm done," and that's okay. Like feel that way. Oh, okay. No, I'll say this. So combining that, my last one is give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, because like you just have to. There's so much going on in the world too that you just get wrapped up in everything, and it's like just give yourself grace. Know that like if you're just starting, you're not going to be amazing at this. Like you might be skilled and knowledgeable, but you're not going to be amazing. And you'll get there, but give yourself some grace, keep going, and don't quit, because we hate quitters.
Listen, you and me both. You and me both. I love everything you said. And just to add to that, like once you get to that point, stay humble.
Man.
Because there are some things and some people that I've seen, I'm not gonna mention no names, but some things and some people that I've seen to where like, their business is going good, and they become less teachable than they were when they first started. So when they first started, they're doing all this research and everything is going good. I'm making a lot of money, because you may be new in the city or whatever it is. You may have a new business. Everybody want to try you out. But once people really start finding out, hey, I tried this service, it was good. I may come back, I may not come back, I may try somebody else out. But then again, that business always have repeat customers, but sometimes they don't come back, and just stay humble, because the money that you were making when you first started may not be the money that you are making, 6-7 months down the road.
Right.
And let's hope that you are making that same money, but sometimes things do get a little wobbly, and always just be the student. Sometimes it's like just like you said, mentors.
Yeah.
You found you a mentor that was just phenomenal. And mentors with the S, with the S,
do have a few of them.
that are phenomenal. And that's one of the things that I kind of slack at, is like I don't make time for myself, nor do I have a mentor. And I had once got the big head, like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, so I am guilty of me, and that's why I preach, like, just stay humble, like, because sometimes it's never easy. It get harder and harder and harder, and then you got to find, some type of guidance to really get you through it. And also, when it comes to the mental, I'm gonna speak on me. I'm not too familiar when it comes to mental, when it comes to ladies, because I know ladies is always on the grind, and ladies do have it hard as well. Yes. But the mental for men is like, men never want to fail.
Yeah.
Men are scared to fail. Men are very, very scared to be vulnerable to a lot of people, especially women. Yeah. And when men get those types of things going on in their system, in their head, they like, I gotta get it, I gotta get it, I gotta get it, I gotta find a way to get it. And it's like, especially when you got a family at home, and it's like, if I fail, they fail. Yeah. And now it's like, you got to think about those things, especially being an entrepreneur, because you never know if it's guaranteed or not. So mentally, it just be hard for men. Right. Like, and I think that sometimes men be scared to like let it out. Like, let it out. just let it go. Like, go talk to somebody.
For real.
And sometimes it can be a woman. Like, and I know it can be scary. And it was scary for me too. And it's like, some men, be vulnerable.
Yeah, you have
Be
to.
be be vulnerable, because women out there talking to other women, they crying, they emotional, but they getting it out.
Getting it out and
But they
moving
getting it
on
out.
and getting
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. And I think that more men need to talk to people. They just
Yeah.
need to talk. And it's really important to have a mentor. I'm going
Yeah.
to need you to find a mentor.
Yeah.
I need you to get that together.
Yes. Yes.
Because it's so important to just have somebody that you know is like in your corner. And you, honestly, you may have a mentor that you don't realize is really a mentor.
Yeah. You might be right.
I went through that. I was like, I have zero mentors. I have zero mentors.
Yeah.
And then I like came to realize, I'm like, hey, yo, I got some solid people that I'm like in communication
Right.
with, talking through things. Like, and I was like, I do have mentors. So you might have some mentors that you just don't really realize, or you don't want to call them a mentor, like whatever. But find you some people you can talk to.
I am, and it's hard for me because I'm hard on myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like any entrepreneur is gonna be hard on themselves because they always want more. They always want to be better. But one thing that I did learn was, since I'm a photographer and videographer, it's like I may do 20 shoots and only post one.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you posting once a week, people not really seeing the work, but they know that you're still working, because obviously you still thrive and you still going outside. You look good, you smell good, whatever it is. And I just had to throw that one in there.
You say you look good and smell good.
But it'd be like, I gotta keep going. But I'm always hard on myself because I tend not to like my work. And my clients, oh, I love your work. It looks so good. And I'm just thinking in the back of my head, like, that's not good. It could be better. But I'm just so hard on myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like when it comes to finding a mentor, because I thought I was, I'm thinking that, all right, he could be a mentor, but I'm over here judging his work. But I need to stop thinking of it like that, because what's happening is he may be a mentor in another aspect than just work.
Literally.
He may be a mentor when it comes to finances, or being a mentor when it comes to, my mental, how he got through it, how long he's been doing it. So there's multiple different things that a mentor can be, for, which I didn't realize.
And your mentor doesn't have to be in your space per se too. Like, they don't have to be a videographer. They don't have to be a photographer.
Right.
They can be doing something totally different. Yeah. But the fact that like you said, like maybe they're 12 years in the game.
Yeah.
And they're still prospering.
Yeah.
So open your mind. Give yourself grace.
Oh, okay. I love it.
Give yourself grace.
I love it. I definitely am. And that's things that, times to where I was like, hey, I'm going to fight through it. There's things could be better, but I know that what I'm doing is still good for people. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people, and we'll talk about this when it comes to content.
I love me some content.
Yes, I know. Then when it comes to content, when it comes to you, what do you do? Even if you don't have that person you can call and say, hey, come shoot this or come do this, what do you do, especially for the people that want to follow in your footsteps? Because obviously I'm sure there are people out there that look up to you.
Surprisingly, it's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Surprisingly, you are a boss.
Thank you.
You are definitely inspiring. You are definitely motivating, and I'm sure there are people out there that really want to be like you. So when it comes to content, what could you give them as a, hey, get you a tripod, get you a phone, download an app or something? Like, what do you do when it comes to content?
So one, I record everything.
Okay, I love it.
I record everything. I'm sitting at a coffee shop. I'm recording the coffee shop. Okay. Like, I'm sitting here. I recorded before I came in here. Like, I record everything because life is a movie. And, yes, material-wise, though, get you a phone, like, literally, probably, like, iPhone 12 and up.
Okay.
Maybe 13. But it's really all about, like, your settings. Like, if you're recording content, like, fix your phone up. You don't have to have, like, a grand camera and all this stuff. Yeah, like, you really just need your phone and fix your settings up. And I can't give you all the direct settings right now, but, like, there's videos out there Go watch a YouTube video.
YouTube University.
Go watch a YouTube video for what settings, for what type of content you're trying to film. Yeah, get you a solid tripod that you can just set up, like, and be confident. Like, I will set my tripod up anywhere. Like, I don't care who's watching me, who's doing what, who hops in the video. Like, I'm doing it.
You're free. I love it. I love it.
And to edit videos, I use CapCut on my phone.
Okay.
Super user friendly. They also have a version for your laptop if you do that. I started off though very much so like, what is it? Premiere Pro?
Yep.
I was like doing all of that and editing that, and Life Now has made things a lot simple. Shout out to the people that still use Premiere Pro because it took me a minute to learn it.
That's me right here.
Right. The professionals, we leave it to them. But yeah, for simple videos on my phone, I use CapCut. I hook up my phone settings and I just keep it rolling. Like, I love shooting content. I'm going to do it till the day I die.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So if there is any advice you can give any entrepreneur that is wanting to start a business, wanting to follow your footsteps or my footsteps or whatever it is, like what are like one or two main things that you would tell them to like say, hey, please make sure you do this first, or please make sure that you market this way, or please make sure you do this in order to be, on track to be successful?
Honestly, make sure you just start.
Okay.
Like, and it's not even a make sure, like, you do it this way or you do it that way. Everybody's, like, work is different. Everybody's journey is different, et cetera, et cetera. But make sure you start. It's the same thing we said earlier. Like, sometimes sitting on that couch sounds so good.
It do.
But you have to get up and you got to go do it. Like, the hardest part is literally getting out of bed or getting off of the couch or, like, leaving your front door to go do something. Like, just make sure you start.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Starting is always the hardest part.
Yeah.
And everybody say, hey, I want to do this. I want to do that. It's an idea, but never put it into play.
Exactly. You just got to start.
That's huge.
Just do it.
Just do it. I love it. I love it. Well, we really appreciate y'all tuning in. I really appreciate you coming by, dropping these gems. We really needed this. Your expertise, and all the things that you do here in the city. Everybody, I'm sure, thank you for that, and is thankful for what you do here in the city when it comes to marketing, shouting out businesses, and all the recording that you do. It takes time to record, and
it does.
We appreciate you bringing your tripod everywhere.
It's in my bag right now.
I love it. So make sure you get content everywhere you go. If you're starting a business, just record everything, because honestly, content is really everything. Social media nowadays is everything. That's one of the things that I could say, when I'm just being on the content, side of things, to say, don't be afraid to get in front of the camera. If you don't like your voice, we love it. It's okay. If you don't like how you look, we love how you look. Just show us the process, show us that you're grinding, show us that, you are continuing to thrive in your business, and people are going to support you no matter what. So if you got any questions for Courtney, a.k.a. known as Tucky. I love it. And any questions for me, please put them in the comments. We love everything that you guys are doing as of right now. We will be posting videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and every other day we're posting captions, quotes, inspiring things for all the entrepreneurs out there. So we will see y'all on the next one. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Peace.